So many people have come to love this event. They've come to support it. Governor Ron DeSantis will be here today. Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez, Jimmy Petronas, a myriad of senators and representatives. And, they get excited about this. As someone told me that this is like an annual pilgrimage for a lot of folks from all around the state and even out of the state to be here. Everything good or bad in society relates back to education. So the more that we invest in education and the more that we can support education, the better society as a whole will be. And foundations are that angel on your shoulder, so to speak. There are obligations, rightfully so, from the state and the county to make sure that there is a place for young people to get educated. But when you fund something like this, you're enhancing it. You're giving extra opportunity. And you know what? It enhances all of our lives. It's all about what we can do for the state and for this community. And the foundation, the dollars that are raised here enhance education. They don't go where tax dollars go. That's very important. They go to make unique opportunities available to students and teachers. And that's what's beautiful about it. And because of how successful we've been year after year after year, there's not a whole lot that is requested that gets denied. Yeah, I can tell you, and I'm a golfer. My father was a golf pro, obviously, and I've played in a lot of tournaments. This is the best ever, seriously, and that's easy for me to say, but it's true. I mean, I was on South Beach, Miami, about a month ago, and bumped into someone, and he was wearing the shirt. This is the best tournament every year in the state of Florida, and I'm so proud of that. Well, I can remember the first year like it was yesterday. Okay, we came out, we had a tournament, we raised I think $11,000, and at this point in this tournament's history, it's millions and millions, literally millions of dollars have gone to public schools, K through 12, where tax dollars can't go. And this is very special. It's 25 years, 25. And to help celebrate our 25th, my dear friend and a great-hearted man, Nick Wallenda, is going to walk the high wire, which is right above your head, Charles. His contribution to this tournament, which in turn is a contribution to the Manatee Education Foundation, is tremendous. To give of his time, he is very involved right now in the Big Apple Circus. He's sought after all over the world, literally all over the world. And for him to be here took months of planning. I've been on property at least 3 times with Nick Wallenda to plan. We have all the staff around here, and unless you've done it, you realize, you don't know how much goes into it and how many people have to be involved for him to take that walk. And when I announced it earlier today, I said very few people will literally risk their lives for our public school children. Yeah, Mary's amazing. Mary's my buddy. She has very quickly and for a long time now filled the legacy of her fantastic mother, who was a matriarch of our community, and now Mary is doing amazing things to make sure that the children who are educated in Manatee County have everything they need to succeed.
Well, certainly children are the future, and Senator Galvano has been an incredible friend and also a supporter of our club as well as the area. I totally get the fact that our club has the best facilities, and that's why we're having our event here, and this is our 6th year. We have we have 3 golf courses and one 18-hole and one 27-hole. We have a 300-slip marina, 26 hard-true tennis courts. There's plenty enough to do here. Our beaches are incredible. You can't beat the scenery here, and it's also very secluded, but it also has 7 restaurants, so you really don't need to leave our resort. And that's why they pick us, and I think they have the best place in Florida to have this type of event.
Sure. So I'm responsible for the resort here on property. So making sure that everyone has a memorable stay. Our team does a phenomenal job. We have a really great team. So we're very proud of all the efforts that everyone puts to make everyone's stay phenomenal. Obviously, the main draw being the beach, but obviously for families, the pool area, the resort, all the different amenities, the tennis, the golf. So all of those different amenities is really what plays into making sure. And everyone that comes here to Longboat, they love the feel, they love how secluded it is, and it really just is. It's very special. I mean, Longboat Key is obviously it's a great destination to come for families, for couples. I mean, there's plenty of weddings and events here. It really is a special place.
When you pick children, I mean, I think he understands the magnitude of the educational system and what needs to be done. Looking at pre-COVID, now hopefully post-COVID, I think Senator Galvano gets it. He understands that's the future, and that not enough people are focusing on the good stuff that that teachers and schools are doing, and they do need support, and they do need to have these type of events to bring to light their philosophy of making the kids successful. Well, Nick Wallenda is actually a local hero here and celebrity. As I look at that wire, you wouldn't get me up on there, but I'll tell you, it's exciting for the first time ever, this club has done something like this magnitude. And also the members here, the staff, the resort guests, and also all our guests here for the event to watch this today it's going to be monumental. And we appreciate him and all his efforts to coordinate this, because it took a lot of coordination to get this done, and especially going from one building to another building at that height level. I'm looking at it now, I'm like, there's no way you'd get me up there. Longboat Key Club has, if you're a homeowner, I think you would understand that a lot of our efforts are to bring notoriety to the area. Longboat Key, probably 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't as popular as it is now. It's an island town, very well managed by our town, and the people here are just incredible. They're from the Midwest and New York. It's a melting pot, but it's safe. It's got everything you need, from restaurants to, it has its own public supermarket on the island. So you really don't need to leave the island if you don't have to. And I think people realize the activities that go on at the club. We bring a lot of notoriety with our golf and our marina, and obviously our tennis center as well. So there's a lot to do here. You really don't need to, once you get here, you don't have to leave. We have our own transportation if you need to go to our restaurants and stuff. So you park your car and you just kick back and not worry about anything.
You can go over to the resort at longboatkeyclub.com for more information. They can see our beautiful rooms. I mean, like I said, they're great for families. It ranges anywhere between, we have a different type of selection of rooms, anywhere between regular rooms all the way up to 2-bedroom suites. So if you're looking to stay long term, I mean, it's a really beautiful fit. And again, all the amenities that we have, I mean, it just really is, whether you're coming just for a business trip or you're coming with family, it really is a phenomenal resort to come and really just spend the time. And it's outdoors. You can't beat the beautiful weather here. And so there's definitely amenities that they can enjoy while they're out at the beach, whether they just want to relax. And for us, it really is something very special. So we definitely welcome you, and our team is ready to take care of you.
This is an absolutely beautiful day and a beautiful location, and the Galvano Golf Tournament has done an amazing job setting this up on behalf of the Manatee Education Foundation. I'm here because this is a critically important organization within Manatee County, and any way we can all support Mary and her team to continue to grow and thrive for the sake of our kids and our education system is critically important, and I'm just happy to have been invited to come out here and help any way I can. And it just shows how dedicated Senator Galvano is to Manatee County and to education, because some people go through their process within politics and then just go about their way, or they use their connections for personal gain. Senator Galvano has used his connections, his influence, the people he's met throughout his time in politics and throughout his time in Manatee County for the betterment of Manatee County. And I think that speaks volumes to how dedicated he is to the community and how dedicated this community is to him. Well, it's very important because at the end of the day, this is a Manatee Foundation, which is being supported by the Galvano Golf Tournament. And we're seeing this right now. We're having questions about funding for education and how we're handling education. And I, for one, and our board as a whole, always push for public-private partnerships in anything in government. I think it's an efficient way of doing things and a cost-effective way of doing things. And that is what Mary and her team do, is try to bridge the private side and the public side for the betterment of all the kids and all the educational system in Manatee County. And that's something that should be supported by everybody, in particular those in politics and in the community of Manatee County. I'm actually super excited about this. I've seen Nick numerous times on TV. Obviously, we all have, but this is actually my first time seeing him live. And when we pulled up, we could see the wires hanging up from building to building right here. And I know it's starting for about a half hour or so, and we're looking forward to it. And half the conversations out here right now at the tables are people looking up at those wires and looking forward to it. So, we're grateful to have somebody like Nick Wallenda here to help support the Galvano Golf Tournament and the Manatee Educational Foundation, and we thank him for being here and lending his support. Well, I think we all agree, whether you have kids in the school system or you do not have kids in the school system, that the quality of education in Manatee County is critically important to the growth and vibrancy and future of our community. And Manatee Educational Foundation is one of the linchpins that's going to help move that along in the future. So I would highly encourage everybody in Manatee County, Sarasota County, anywhere in the surrounding counties, to support this great foundation and all that they do.
It's appreciated. As you know, I was a lobbyist in Tallahassee and Washington for over 30 years, and long before I became a resident of Manatee County, I was involved in this golf classic, never thinking that I would be here today in front of you on a camera as Manatee County Administrator and former school board chair and member, and playing golf for the fun of it, as opposed to necessarily raising money for political purposes and investment in this great charity. So I appreciate the governor and my good friend Richard Corcoran, the Commissioner of Education, for investing their time in this event to really help the children of Manatee County reach their dreams for their life and for generations to come. The work that they do is just so instrumental in the progressive programs that we have in the county. Their grants to classroom educators to bring new experiences into the classroom would not happen in the Manatee County School District if not for the work of the Manatee Education Foundation. Oh! This year's got an exciting entertainer from the area, which I've seen in other parts of the country and the world, and never thought at the Phil Galvano Golf Classic we would have a high wire walker overhead to kick this thing off. Well, as you know, that I was actually the chairman of the school board at the time we took this to the voters, and we laid out controls to ensure that there was oversight by a citizens committee, and the work of that committee has demonstrated that indeed the school district has used that money as intended. Its investments into the education and success of our students was delivered as promised, and so it catapulted the Manatee County School District from 41st in the state of Florida to now I think it's 25th, and puts the district well on its way to being number one in the state. We now have one of, if not the highest, starting teacher salaries for baccalaureate teachers in the state of Florida, and that's due to the taxpayers' investment into Manatee County schools through this $1 mil optional tax. That we're working hard to be both transparent to the citizens of Manatee County and to invest a tremendous amount of money in both infrastructure and the quality of life with our parks and environment. And we are on a roll. and we are here to serve, and we are going to do the best job possible for both the citizens and the visitors of Manatee County.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 25th annual Phil Galvano Classic. Thanks for being here. For our 25th year, we have something amazing for you all to watch here in just a minute, literally. And it's my friend, world-known Nick Wallenda. He has given of his time to come out here today. He came from New York. He is now operating the Big Apple Circus in Manhattan, as well as the many other ventures he's doing around the world, frankly. And for him to come out here and give his time and literally risk his life for the children of Manatee County Public Schools is really amazing, and we should give him a... And I know there are several politicians here today, and you were like, oh, well, I've been walking a wire for my whole career. No, this is different. This is different. But honestly, I cannot thank you, Nick, enough for being here today. I am so appreciative, and this is an amazing start to our 25th annual Phil Galvano Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nick Wallenda.
city of Sarasota in my hand. That's what we're working on.
Nick, we love you, man. The king, the king. We're going to have a fantastic day. Thank you all for being here.
You know, anytime I can help support our local community, it's important to me. And when Senator Galvano reached out and said, hey, Nick, are you interested in being a part of this? It's our 25-year anniversary. We would love to have you do something. And I immediately said, well, there's only one thing that I do, and that's walk wires, and there's skyscrapers right there, so let's do it. And little at that point, I didn't realize that I'd be taking over Big Apple Circus in Manhattan, which has been overwhelming, exciting, but overwhelming. We loaded almost 90 semis into Manhattan last week. Oh my God. And there's a lot going on. But you know what? This was a great break. I was able to come home, do what I love. I stopped several times on that wire, and the reason I did that and I had my hand out like this was because in the middle of the wire I realized it'd be really cool to get the city setting in my hand, and that's what I was trying to do, is get the right angle to where I could hold the city in my hand basically while I was on the wire. So. Yeah, you know what? The new show that I'm opening in Lincoln Center, the title of that show is Making the Impossible Possible, and that's really my dream, is to show others that the impossible, or what they think is impossible, isn't quite impossible as long as you work hard enough on it. So many people give up on their dreams because one door closes or they hit a roadblock. The most successful people in the world continue to get back up, dust themselves off, and keep going. In fact, my latest book, Facing Fear, I talk a lot about that, how we have to walk through fear. People are gripped by fear and they're frozen by fear. I believe that if we walk through that fear, with knowledge and wisdom, of course, but walk through that fear, we can make it to the other side successfully. Look, they have done an amazing job. The amount of work that goes into this event is incredible. And the amount of funding that comes, giving opportunities to students that they would not have if it wasn't for this event. Again, children are close to my heart. I have 3 of my own. Well, they're all adults now. But anytime I can be involved. But the 2 of them have done amazing things. And of course, Senator Galvano and what he's done for this local region, I don't think the general public realize the impact he has made on this area is astounding and overwhelming. He's extremely humble. He doesn't talk about it much, but he is certainly a hero in my eyes. It is so important that these teachers have the proper backing. You know, I know growing up in the school system and the struggles that come with that. And, you know, Mary Glass has done an incredible job with that, with making sure that funding is available where it needs to be when it isn't available by the state. We have an amazing governor, of course, who is making that a little bit easier for our education system, hopefully. And we all know that he's doing an astounding job at thanking the heroes, not just the police, not just the fire department, but our teachers who are heroes. Let's face it, I don't think any of us who have been through the school system would be who we are if it wasn't for those teachers. So to me, a legacy is not walking over Niagara Falls or the only person to walk over the Grand Canyon or an active volcano. To me, a legacy or a lasting legacy is investing in others. Because when I go away, I'm hoping those that I've invested into will say, my life is better, just like these teachers. My life is better because of the teachers and the education system. Well, my life is better because Nick Wallenda implanted this into my mind, whether it's through the books that they read or me speaking to them, through corporate events, whatever it might be, but that people are inspired, A, that nothing is impossible, but that we can overcome any challenge. Again, fear is overwhelming in our country and in our world right now, and I hope that people, by seeing what I do and hearing what I say, are inspired to get up and keep moving through that fear.
They say that the leaders of tomorrow are in the classrooms today, and there's no better reason to be here today than to be supporting the leadership for our future, for the future of Florida, and for the future of our country. The Galvano tournament has been a staple for the last 25 years in the effort to make sure that students here in Manatee County have the supplemental support they need to thrive. This isn't my first time coming to the Galvano Classic. In fact, I've been at the Galvano Classic going on about 13 years at this point. And every year, I cannot wait to see how amazing the event is year over year. One year we had people shot out of cannons, all in the name of furthering education for our students here in Manatee County. This year, we actually had a tightrope walker put his life on the line to demonstrate how important it is for us all to support our students. The thing that I love most about this tournament, even comparing it to golf tournaments that are also focused on education, is that we actually bring the people who are setting education policy in to be a part of this program. We bring in the community, we bring in private sector individuals and companies, all to come together in the way that you expect and hope that support comes together everywhere to show a unified level of gratitude as well as hope and support for our children's future. This tournament has raised phenomenal amounts of money, tens of millions of dollars over the last 25 years. It's amazing how a little bit of hope and a little bit of inspiration can go a long way. In fact, one of the best experiences I actually had as a young child was when I was in the 7th grade and I was in a pre-algebra math class, and Mrs. Starling, who was actually my science teacher, noticed that I was going to get a B in pre-algebra. And she pulled me aside and said, "Marva, you don't get Bs. You're not a B student. I don't know why you're getting a B in pre-algebra. Let's go talk to your teacher. We're going to work this out." And I never really thought about my grades before that. I actually just got whatever grades came to me, and it just happened that they were A's. It wasn't until she took the time to pay attention to my performance in another class, not hers, and to remind me that I could reach for higher goals, and I should reach for higher goals, that if just that one little act actually motivated me to be a straight A student forever. And I like to give much of who I am today to the fact that I was inspired to do better and to reach for better goals by Mrs. Starling in the 7th grade.
Well, this is first of all, it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to raise money for our local kids, and it's a testament to Bill Galvano and his family and his legacy. I mean, this tournament is now 25 years old, and I can't imagine how much money has been raised for our local students, but it's absolutely an amazing event. I'm happy to be proud of it. I'm happy to be here once again to support it, because some of those fees and funds go to these things that students need. And it's so incredibly important that we have those resources and fill in those gaps, because sometimes we have these gaps in funding where we can't get certain things to certain activities. So it's great to have organizations like the Manatee Education Foundation to fill in those gaps to make sure that teachers and students get everything they need to have the most productive year possible. It's a great diverse group. You see folks from Bradenton too. It's great to see my local friends, and I'm playing with some groups that I've known for many, many years and people I've met for the first time. And certainly you got folks from Tallahassee and other politicians across the state. But it just shows, once again, the testament of Bill Galvano, his commitment to service in our communities. Not even in office anymore, and he's still raising money for our community, which is absolutely wonderful. And it's just a blessing that we have someone like Bill Galvano in our community. Well, Nick Wallenda, who is the famous guy that walks down the tightrope. Just an incredible thing today between two of the large-scale condominiums in Longboat Key. I don't know how high they were, but they were very high, and I was getting a little bit nervous. But he made it from point A to point B. We always have to walk our tightrope, but he literally walked a tightrope here in Longboat Key. Wonderful man. Once again, a person that believes in charity and giving back. And I was blessed to see what he did. It's a pretty scary thing, but he looked pretty comfortable up there. I mean, once again, Bill Galvano, testament to his community service and his connections to bring someone like Nick here. I saw Nick Balteri as well. So a lot of great legends of our community, bringing them here to help with the cause, to help people that need this type of need in our community. So it's just great to see all the people stepping up for our community. So it's going to be a very active year, and certainly we're coming through the coronavirus situation, so we'll probably see a lot of policy in that direction in our budget. Normally in a year we only have one constitutional required thing, and that's to pass a balanced budget. Well, we've added a second requirement, and that's maps. So we will have to redistrict the congressional, the state maps, and we'll do that in constitutional and responsible manner. So that'll be a big thing we'll be doing this session.
So it'll be a full year as you move forward into session.
No doubt. It'll be busy. Looking forward to it. Well, I wouldn't be here, but for the wonderful teachers I had at Manatee High School, King Middle School, and all the way down. I'm a product of our Manatee County public school system. So in any small way that I can help out those students and teachers, I'm there. So it's great to have an organization like this step forward and get us some more resources.
Oh, nice.
We're with Allied New Technologies. Our plant is located in Port Manatee, right across the street from the port. We're a chemical manufacturer in pretty much the southeast United States, and we're here today just to help support a great cause, support the teachers, and just show our company stands behind a great cause.
Sure. So we're very proud. We're a Florida-based company that is in the second generation, and Greg will be part of the third generation in that company. We just opened our plant this last May. We take salt and make chlorine, and you've probably used our products unknowingly for years. We do a lot of water treatment. We do a lot of pool chemicals, and we're here because we're big supporters of Manatee County and all the things happening here.
I think 25 years speaks for itself, that so many people throughout the county and the state come here to support him and support what he's doing for Manatee County and the state of Florida. And we like to be behind causes like that and align ourselves with good people and good causes.
Yeah, so for me, it's a continuation of service, giving back. We've been very fortunate at Allied and in my own personal life. And this is one way of giving back, just a very small bit of give back, but we're proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, we appreciate Bill and everything they've done. like you said, we're planning our first time coming together, but we plan on being here for a lot longer. So we appreciate it.